Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're looking at the Avia Enduro Pro tennis shoes, which I just bought for about 21 bucks, 21.95 at Walmart. So let's take a quick look at these guys. A lot of the things I look at when I first look at a shoe is, does it have a rubber bottom? Well, it has a partial rubber bottom. What I mean is the midsole foamy part is right here, and they turned it into a tread, and then they overlay a piece of rubber right there. So they've got rubber in the back and rubber in the front, which is really important to me, I guess, right off the bat, because that's the wear areas, the toes and the back of the heel for me. If you're dealing with a shoe that's got a lot of a white like this is what they call the midsole. It's basically like a foam material called EVA. And if you do not have any of the toe there, you're going to wear through quickly, and you're going to lose a lot of your stability in the shoe, and it's going to start wearing, and you're not going to be comfortable. This one's also got the heel. These were about 30 bucks. These are Champions. I did not like these because just walking, they didn't feel good. I bought these sort of as just a quick around the house shoe. Anyway, I just saw these. It seemed like a good buy, and one of the things I really liked about it when I put it in is these insoles were very, very cushiony, and you can see the thickness is pretty decent on there. About average, but they were just super comfortable when you put them on. If you have a pair of shoes that has good cushioning, but the insole is very thin, it's not going to be a comfortable shoe, especially if you're running. That right away is bad. This cushion fit with the pillow cushion that's super soft, these don't come out. These don't work for me. It feels like once these compress, because it's such a light foam, you don't get any comfort out of them. You don't get any comfort there. So let's take a quick look at the graphics. These were purchased at Walmart. You can go online. I'll put a link in there for them. Not the most wonderful looking shoe. Not bad by my standards, I guess. And as long as they're not some kind of outrageous goofy color. You know, they got a little bit of, you can see they've got some reflective trim on there, which never really excites me that much anyway. But just standing in these shoes made me gave me some hope to think that these were good. I usually have been running with Champion shoes, but Target has discontinued the ones I like, and they replaced them with these shoes, which are terrible. They're just not even worth doing it. So let's look at some of the features on this Avia shoe. So it's got a dual density outsole. What I think that means is it's possibly that the outsole is supposed to be the rubber part. So I guess it's saying that the denseness of this and this, I thought maybe that possibly this part and this part were different densities. It could be. I really can't tell for sure. But anyway, quick look at the tread again here. Some pretty decent tread. If you're doing street running, I do a lot of running on the beach. All right, so it's got an EVA strobel construction supporting the cushion underneath. EVA is ethyl vinyl acetate, which is generally about 90% of the shoes you get is this lighter material. Like I said, this foamy material is called the ethyl vinyl acetate. It's something they've been using probably about 40 years, 50 years maybe. So it's also got a high tensile thread for the uppers and reflective shoelaces. And the Comfort Light insole, long-lasting cushioning, rebound, microbial, eco-friendly. Also, like I said, this felt really good. I put a lot of, you can buy these aftermarket too, these insoles, but if you're gonna get them, you might as well get a shoe with a decent. Okay, so normally in the past I've worn Nike, and I've worn Adidas, and I've worn Reebok, and I usually went with Adidas as far as not Adidas, I'm sorry. I usually go with Nike as far as like my tennis shoes, you know, 90, 100 bucks, easy. Mainly because of the toughness of the treads. But I bought one of the last Nikes I bought were some running shoes, and then they were really disappointed because the rubber came off the bottom. So anyway, enough talking about the shoes. Let's go out and try these pups and see what they feel like on the road. We'll go out and jog, and I'll give you some impressions about what they feel like. So one quick thing I wanted to say about Nike and the higher end shoes, you know, $60, $70, $100 shoes. I have not personally found a big difference in the quality as far as, you know, things coming unglued or, you know, the material, the stitching coming out and things like that between a $30 pair of shoes and a, say, $80 pair of shoes. Because I've had all the shoes. I've had the $120 Nikes. And like I said, last pair I bought of Nikes, I bought two of the same pairs. Both of them came unglued in the bottom and they made a whole bunch of noise. So I don't put a lot of stock in the fact that you pay $70 for a pair of shoes. The quality is going to be better. So I just ran about a half mile through the neighborhood. One of the things I test for initially is I've had toe surgery on my big toe. So if there's not enough cushioning in the front of the shoe where my toe is, I'll immediately know it because my toe will be giving me some pain. I'm noticing a little bit of soreness, but I think that's because they're brand new shoes. They haven't been broken in, I just got them. I think that's sort of the thing with getting new shoes with me. I have extremely flat feet also, so I have to get a shoe that is not too narrow so that my arch or whatever, the middle of my foot can spread out. I do wear arch supports also. They're called ProFoot arch supports. I'm gonna do another video on those at some point because they're excellent. Probably the best thing I've ever found. I've worn a lot of insole, a lot of corrective stuff. Anyway, so they haven't fallen apart. I haven't seen anything fall off of the shoe yet. You know, that's usually something that happens down the road. But as far as comfort and cushioning, I say the cushioning is there. Pretty good. Give it maybe a 7 out of 10 for cushioning. The ones I'm running right now are RBX. That's the ones I was running previously. They're a little bit on the hard side, but after I broke them in, they feel a lot better. These, I'd say feel pretty good for first run. I think every time I get a new pair of shoes, it's always a little stiff, so your foot's not sitting in the insole. It's not broken in yet. It's like a new pair of pants. They just don't sort of get in there right. But my initial feeling is good. So usually my order of priorities on shoes is usually fit first, comfort, and then performance. And then lastly would be looks, because I really don't care that much about looks. I'm not a professional. I'm stepping on something that's making noise, sorry. There's a crunchy noise. I think there's something on the ground, like little seeds on the ground I'm stepping on. So initially, like when I try shoes out in the store, I try to make sure they're not binding on my toes or anywhere, or there's not any, you know, scratchy binding areas where your toes aren't comfortable. They're wide enough. And then comfort, you kind of feel, do they feel nice and soft? Softness is a must for me. I can't have a hard bottom shoe because immediately I'll be in pain. I have very tender feet, basically, like baby's feet. And if the comfort level isn't there, I can't wear them either for any period of time. You know, if it's just a shoe I just wear around the house, it's not so bad. But I've had a couple pairs of shoes that the bottom fit is just not right. It's either too much arch, or, you know, they got some kind of funky curve inside there for your heel. It just doesn't line up with my feet. So I think that's like most important, is that comfort fit level. And then performance is, does the cushioning, do your legs hurt after you run with them? And my legs aren't hurting. I'm not noticing any problem with my feet, you know, curving in. Usually when you have flat feet, the problem is that your feet pronate inward if you don't have enough arch there, until you end up running all weird and it's not natural for you. So I give this, for the arch and everything, I give it about an 8 or a 9. It feels pretty good so far. I'm not planning on running with these a lot initially until they get broke in. But anyway, I'd say worth a try. I've bought, for the last 2 or 3 years, I've bought shoes that are pretty much in the $30 range, and I've been pretty happy with them. Eventually, you know, a couple pieces of the rubber start to peel away a little bit, or you get a little tear in there or something, but that's usually after 6 months. My thing is the shoe cushioning on the bottom is going to wear out before the top of the shoe, usually in my case. In very rare cases do I ever wear out a shoe on the top fabric part. So as an initial review, I give these a very good thumbs up. For a $21 pair of shoe, these are not bad. Like I said, for about 3 or 4 years I've been wearing Champions that are right around the $30 range, and Target has chose not to stock them, and I can't find them on the internet anymore, so I've had to change, and I've been looking for shoes that are reasonably priced because I don't want to pay 50, 60 bucks for a shoe that's going to last the same as a $30, $20 shoe. Anyway, I may do a follow-up video on these shoes and let you know how they're wearing. I'm not really concerned about the bottoms wearing so much as it is just, you know, is something going to come apart? Will there be any rips or tears or something weird happen? Anyway, so look for that follow-up video. I'm kind of new to shoe reviewing, so I've never really done a shoe review before. So let me know by a thumbs up and the thumbs up thing. If you want to subscribe, you know how to do all that stuff. And if you're interested in that, I'm probably going to be doing more reviews in the future on different things like backpacks and cameras and stuff like that. So if you want to see those, go ahead and give it a subscribe. I hope this was helpful for you. Like I said, it's my first shoe review. I've reviewed other things, but this shoe review is brand new to me. The shoes still feel pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and jog home before it gets too rainy. We'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great week.